What is going on, y'all? In the absence of our content manager, Tui, it's just me today. Oh, look who's showing up. Had to get that fresh cut, you know? Anything for the fresh cut. I want you guys to comment on Tui's absence or his tardiness. Had to get that cut. I think he's got to run these lives from now on. What do you think? It's just me sipping on this water. Hope you guys are having a good day. And here he is, the man himself. Casually on time.
You on Facebook Live?
I'm on YouTube, bro. Bula Pita. What's up, man? What's up? How's it going? Okay. What's up, guys? What's up? We're on that selfie mode on the old iPhone 10 over here. Hope it works for everybody. I gotta get a mic hooked up to this. Hey, Tui, you wanna hook me up with a mic?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Oh, Pita, thanks, man. Top fan. Top fan. What's up, top fan? Pita.
Ask them if they could hear.
Can you guys hear me? Is it all good? How long have you guys been working on the mat? Oh, do you want to hook me up with mosquito coil? Since I have that sweet blood. We've been doing on the mat for, I think a few weeks now. Almost, it's gotta be almost a month by now. Oh, thank you. Loud and clear. Got you here. Got you. Man, talking about these guys, Rua. What a game, hey? What a game on Saturday. I think, yeah, we got off to a bit of a rough start in that game. It was, yeah, rough start, but I mean, when I say rough start, I mean, it was tough, that first kickoff, you know, not going 10 meters. That was a rough way to start the game. I think there's a lot of nerves for our players. And yeah, we were playing against, I mean, like the commentator said, I mean, we were playing right into the Crusaders game. They're a team that loves the set pieces. I mean, they got their like the king of all kings when it comes to their first 5-8 and Richie Moanga, and if you let a team like that get set up with their set pieces and that's how they're going to attack you, then they really stifled everything that we had to give to them. But man, there was some unreal performances. Who was the man of the match? I think it was Ravuto Mande. Huh?
Yeah, the tall dude.
Who?
The tall dude with not Robotoman.
Oh, Ravuto Mande. Oh, he was the Fiji Village player of the match. I mean, he was my player of the match. But
Was he the tall guy?
tall guy. Who's the tall guy?
Tall guy with the big bushy hair.
Rosese? What was his name?
He looks younger. Sorry.
But you know what's crazy is that no, we sometimes we go live on Facebook. Yeah, sometimes we go live on Facebook, but today we are not going live on Facebook unless you want to go live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And get some people in. Okay, Tui's gonna go live on Facebook right now, so that we can talk to some more people. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for me, the player of the match was Rabuto Manda. I think he brings an energy to the game that is. Boys, where are the boys at? They're playing in the background. They're out of the church. Can you see them? You might be able to see them like right over here somewhere. I can hear them on their bikes. But yeah, I mean, Rabuto Manda, he just brings such a good energy to the game that he's such a good player. I mean, when it comes to the team dynamic, I think he brings like that positive energy that every team needs, and a lot of times you don't get that kind of like that smile, that flair that kind of showmanship. A lot of times, it's hard to get that from like your star players. You know, you have like say with the Hurricanes, you have like Ardi Savia. He brings that energy for sure, just in a different way. I think a lot of it is through just like unfiltered aggressiveness, and it seems like you know he might have had like it feel like the way that Revuta Manda kind of plays out of like a joy, whereas um, who was I just talking about for the Hurricanes? Help me out here. Who's the captain for the Hurricanes? I'm having a mind blank. I just said his name.
Nada. I don't know. Who is he? The Maori guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Uh-huh.
Come on, come on, come on.
Kept going
You guys
on.
got to help me out here. Savia, yeah. What's up? Are we on? We're on live on Facebook? Okay. So yeah, the difference between the energy that RD Savia brings and Revuta Manda is like where Revuta Manda is just like, man, I'm just glad to be here. Like it's just a joy, and he's a sick player. He's got great defense, great attack. He always seems to be in the right positions. I mean, even on kickoffs, you see just if you just watch the way that he challenges kickoffs, even the kickoffs that we don't win, he puts a lot of pressure on players. Whereas RD Savia kind of plays out of like a, you know, kind of like a who beat you as a kid kind of a like he's angry, like he's got like anger issues. It almost looks like, I mean, that's maybe not the woke way to put it, but it's like he has like something to prove, and you can't really the intensity that RD Savea brings to the game, you can't really teach that stuff. That's like a coach's dream, I think, like when you have a player that plays with that kind of intensity, that kind of wherewithal, like, you know, because some guys will like say leg, like his leg drives, you know, for the line, and the way that he's able to get that extra couple meters is so constructive to put teams on the back leg, because there are guys that can get the extra couple meters, but they isolate themselves. And we saw that a couple times in that game where we were able to get a few extra meters here and there, but we isolate ourselves and they got the ball stolen or got penalized for holding on. But yeah, it was the way that Artie plays. It's like, you know, the aggressiveness, those extra couple meters, but always being ready to, you know, for that great ball placement. And so, yeah. But Rovutamanda, my player of the match. How about you guys? Who did you guys think was the player of the match? Sorry, guys, we are disconnected on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube people. The connection seems to be off and on here. The way that we played the second half in the last game against the Reds, I mean, that was like, we could beat any team in the world if we played like that. Unfortunately, we didn't get off to that start. I don't know if that was nerves or what that was, but that was tough. The way we started that game. I think everybody was kind of coming in with energy that we ended the last game with the Saturday before in Suva. But that's just not what happens all the time. And so, whatever, man. You know, you can't win them all. You get to a certain point, you just got to restart and go again next year. I mean, as an athlete, you know, I think it's good to have that feeling, you know, getting that far and then losing. Nobody likes losing. And so to bring that energy and that anger and that feeling of like not wanting to feel loss again into next year will be killer. I think we're going to...
But what about what about our highlights from Saturday here?
Oh, yeah, man, that video is going really well, actually, hey? On Facebook, like, we watched with a great group of people here that night. It's all guys, actually, hey? Great group of guys. Yeah, there's a gang here from Bua, from Wainunu.
Yeah,
They're all from Wainunu, yeah. So they're all cutting my uncle's sugarcane that's in the background out there. And so they like, I mean, they're all so stoked. We got the big screen set up here. Thanks to the district officer actually for, you know, lending the projector to me. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, this building community, right? Like hanging out like that. You don't really, you know, it's funny, like things have changed, like from, you know, if there was a TV in the house, there was a game going on, like say, you know, 2013. Well, I guess it's, man, I'm aging myself here, but like early 2000s, like if there was a TV, like we were all in that place with that TV, right? I mean, you guys probably remember that. But, you know, now like there'll be a game on and you'll hear like one cell phone in this room, one cell phone in that room, all like with like the same feed and like just like delays because of the internet connections. And like everybody kind of just like watches on their own, or like people, yeah. But if there was like one house in the village that had it going. It was like, because there was a generator, right? And everybody's like, okay, that person's spending the money on their super or benzene, so that's where we're going to watch the game. And that's where we'd all go. And so like that vibe is kind of like it's gone. I mean, and that's kind of one of the things like I talk about, like, change is happening and change has happened. That's like one of the small things, I guess. It's not like a cultural thing. Like it's not a cultural change that's happened, but it's something that's like, oh man, I guess, before I even remember, like, we were all around the radio. Actually, my biggest radio, to digress, is like my biggest like memory of like everybody around the radio was when they announced the coup in 2000. And we were all like we were putting new tin on my grandparents' house a couple kilometers from here. Then everybody's like, whoa, stop, 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 listen. And they had the radio up there, like, adjusting the antenna, and then they're like, what's really happening? And I was like, man, that was like the one memorable moment. Like my memorable radio moment was the 2000 coup. So
Like you growing up as a kid, do you have like ever like had like what we did here on last Saturday night, like putting up a projector around the community and like inviting everybody to come and watch? Because I've gone like I remember my childhood growing up.
yeah,
There's like a neighbor who usually does that like every Saturday. Put up this huge
Oh, really?
sheet outside,
Yeah.
like out at the playfield, and I invite everybody. Everybody just come and sit down. Watch a movie. Especially
yeah.
like
Oh, just
rugby
even
games.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
especially
fun.
rugby games.
Yeah. So actually, like to be honest with you guys, like I actually didn't spend a lot of time here growing up. Like when you come to Fiji, because my grandparents, they had a farm, like they had a farmhouse, I guess, that was, like I said, like a couple kilometers from here. So it's still within like I guess it's kind of like a valley, so you can actually still hear the lali, even though it takes like 45 minutes or an hour to walk here for church. Like on Sundays, you can still hear the lali from where we are. So there's three lalis. So you hear the first one, it's like bath, bath, bath. Second one, it's like everybody better be gone. Like everybody better have left the house. And so I grew. Whenever we'd come to the village, we'd go there, and then we just come here on Sundays. So I didn't actually have a lot of memories from the village, and so really like my big like communal moments were probably just like our, when we come to the village and leave, like the our Sebu, and then there'd be a few people here, but then especially on the nights when you leave, you do eat the tao, and then and then when you leave, then it's like big party, 'Cause it's funny, even though you live on like the other island, like when you only back in the day, like we only used to come once a year really, and then I would come in school breaks by myself. But yeah, like normally said, yeah, people now watching individually on their phones and watches. Can you watch on a watch?
Watch?
Yeah. Can you like get video on Apple Watch?
I think so. Have you seen like I've seen videos like you do full on editing on the Apple Watch.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah, using
Oh,
the
that's crazy.
Final Cut Pro and editing on your watch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
And like
Yeah.
connected to like a mouse. I've seen
Really?
that video. Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, like I've stayed away. Okay, so now we're getting into something else, but I've stayed away from the watch game. I have so many emails and like messages coming in all the time. Like, I don't need that kind of connectivity in my life. Like, I mean, like I'm already on devices enough as it is. Like, what's my it's over there. I wonder if I can see my screen time on my my laptop. But it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to know. Oh no, I can't find it on my laptop. Actually, screen time weekly report. Here we go. Daily usage, 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours a day, I'm on my laptop. That's a lot, right? Like just answering emails. Like my main one is Google Chrome. Second one is YouTube. Yeah. So probably YouTube because I'm uploading most of the time. So it's just always open. But yeah, with the watch stuff, like does anybody on this chat or watching right now wear like a smartwatch? I know I see some people wear smartwatches, and I'm like, honestly, I'm always annoyed when I'm around people who wear smartwatches because like, I don't know, it's just like I hate it. It's one of my pet peeves when people like break eye contact when like they're talking to you, or like when they get a message and they're like, yeah, totally, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And then they put even if they put it away,
No.
I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Even with
even though you put
the
it away,
smartwatch.
yeah, when they get a smartwatch, they're like, yeah, and they're like tapping it. Yeah, I'm like, okay, like this is just like it's just rude to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting so old, huh? Eventually, people are all gonna be walking around with their Apple goggles on, and be like, "Yeah, for sure." Like, not even looking at each other, just looking at like augmented reality in front of you. So normally, did Lally duty at boarding school? That's funny. Oh, so Isoa says he wears Felix 6X. What the heck is a Felix 6X? That must be a Android, eh?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty sick. Felix 6X. So I'm guessing it's not cat food because that's what came up. Yeah, okay, so if you spell it right, then it comes up with not cat food. Oh wow. Oh, that's like a G-Shock looking watch with like oh, it's a Garmin watch. Crazy. I've actually so the one thing I have wanted a smartwatch for is for diving, like spearfishing.
Oh yeah.
Just to like track my dives and see like how because I estimate like how deep I can go. I'm like, okay, on a good day like 15 meters like max. And so but I always wonder because typically I try to do like so if I'm down for a minute then I'm up for at least two. Like so like try to double my top water time compared to my dive time. That's just what I've heard is like rule of thumb. But it'd be nice to be able to like, see how long you're down for,
Yep.
see how long you've been out for, and then when you can start your breathe up to go for your next dive. But I wonder if the Felix 6X is like if it would track dive time. I don't know if it's that kind of a watch, but if anybody wears like a smartwatch or like a good watch for diving, let me know. I'd like to know.
There's some news articles on there during the drive.
What's that, sorry?
Like articles on the drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you ever like tried like? Have you ever got a smartwatch? Ever?
No, no.
No.
It's honestly it's something that's like never even interested me in the slightest,
Hmm.
and not necessarily because of like like I feel like it's like a rude thing or like it's like I'm annoyed by it. It's just like I'm always just like I don't need that kind of connectivity. I just don't need like my phone's already like a distraction enough. Like to have it on my wrist, it'd be I don't know. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Like when you, especially now, like I already struggle. Like half my battle is turning off the notifications so that because like don't get me wrong, like we love the messages and like we read everything that comes in from everybody. But like I have like a certain time where like I go through like messages and like comments and all that kind of stuff. Like if I got a notification every time we got a like or like a comment, it'd be just I wouldn't get anything done. Like it would be too much. Do you have your notifications off or on for everything?
On.
On for everything?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I constantly check. Bing, bing. But I guess it works for people who work and doing businesses or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, like I could I just don't know what I would need it for. Like yeah, I guess like you can maybe the one thing that I have thought about getting it for was for the gym when I was in Canada because you can leave your phone in your bag and you can run your
Right.
music off your watch.
Right.
And so then you don't have to carry your phone around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because like I would always be like, because I used to have a magnetic case for my phone, so I'd stick it on like the equipment, like in like on if I was on the bench or whatever, then I'd stick on the bench press machine, do my reps, and then I'd be like, walk over like to like cables and be like, where's my? Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot how to go grab my phone. So I was like, oh, it'd be nice to have a smartwatch so I can just have music, but yeah, I use it to monitor my BPs and use it for GPS. So I'm assuming that's his beats per minute for his heart rate. Is that for working out? Yeah, that would be cool too to see like what like your heart rate is when you're working out and stuff as well. So did you guys see that or did you guys did you see that what was it the Crusaders were wearing they're like the guys were laughing about it like they were wearing bras or something like all the players were wearing it looked like they were wearing bras but like in the back you'll see on like all the rugby teams nowadays they have like a square hump like right on the top of their spine and it's like it's a tracking system mechanism that measures like beats per minute and I think maybe not in that stuff but in football helmets like American football helmets they can measure like they have tracking equipment in the helmet as well.
Oh.
That so if you can measure like probable or possible concussions and stuff like that, like G forces, like when you
Mm,
smash against
mm,
each other, stuff like
mm,
that. So, oh, I think he means blood pressure. Oh, blood pressure. Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
mm.
Yeah, because, huh? I wonder how. I don't know how all this technology works. Blood pressure. That'd be
Mm,
key. We should be
mm.
giving those out for free in Fiji. There should be an NGO that comes in and gives us all smartwatches so we can all watch our blood pressure, all the problems we got here.
A lot of high blood pressure.
Yeah, blood pressure, blood sugar. Just pokes us in the wrist every like 2 hours. Ding. Like, hey, too much. Hey, too many tablespoons of sugar in your tea.
Too much grog. Oh, we should need
And there's an arm that comes out and scratches your arm. Kani.
Kani.
That'd be funny. Hey, and then you get a warning. So promote organic farming practices in a bid to enhance. I'm reading the article here, guys. In a bid to enhance sustainability and promote organic farming procedures, the Minister for Agriculture Fiji, Vatimi Rayalu, I've never even heard that name before. Vatimi Rayalu has emphasized the critical need for the promotion. Man, that's like our friend. His name is Chonadi, and I've never heard the name Chonadi either. Vatimi, have you heard the name Vatimi? Has emphasized the critical need for the promotion of organic agriculture. Welcome to 2023. Riley made these remarks during the opening ceremony of the Pacific Regional Participatory Guarantee System workshop. Anybody else lost interest?
The audio down there.
What?
The audio.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, I mean, no, this is a good article. I'm just like, dude, can we please come up with a shorter name for the workshop, eh? The Pacific Regional Participatory Guarantee System workshop, where he highlighted the steps taken by the Fijian government to support organic farming initiatives. He says Fiji has established organic task force in collaboration with the private sector. Can you reach out to us and help us promote this as well? Because like I would like to get organic certification. I haven't sprayed or done any fertilization on any of our leases or any like herbicide or weedicide or anything, so that we can get organic certification. There just seems to be nobody that can give me a straight answer about how to get certified. Like I think the way that we do it in Fiji is it's like peer-to-peer certification. So like you have other people, you're part of a group basically of farmers that would be all organic farmers, and then you guys come and like analyze each other's soil like unannounced and stuff like that, and keep each other accountable basically. But I don't know how widely accepted that is. So let's listen to the audio here.
Stakeholders at POICOM has developed the draft Fiji National Organic Policy Paper, which is now under review by the Office of the Solicitor General. Along with the National Organic Policy, the Fiji Organic Task Force has also developed a National Organic Action for implementation of the Fiji National Organic Policy.
Okay. Okay, so the Ministry of Agriculture, in consultation with the stakeholders and POCOM, I love translating this. We should just do on the mat, just translating what our ministers say to us.
Yeah.
Eh?
In simple.
Yeah. Can we just all talk in this third grade language?
level,
Because because that would just help us. So the Ministry of Agriculture, meeting with all the farmers and POETCOM. POETCOM is, I think as from what I understand, POETCOM is like an organization that helps farmers with organic certification. Have developed the draft of the Fiji National Organic Policy Paper. So they're working on a organic policy, which is now under review by the Office of the Solicitor General. Along with the National Organic Policy, the Fiji Organic Task Force has also developed a National Organic Action Plan for the implementation of the Fiji National Organic Policy. So they've developed the Ministry of Agriculture, has consulted with the farmers and with PoetCom, who helps farmers with organic certification. They've come up with a policy paper that there is now under review, and we're going to be working on. And they've also come up with a way to like implement that paper in real life. There you go. You're welcome. You should, how they have like one person on the side is like talking in sign language.
Yeah.
And and they need somebody on the side who's like, wait, and then just like translate what they just said so that, like I can understand it, because I'm clearly too stupid for this. So this thing is focused on quality assurance systems that provide certifications to operators. Nice. Primarily producers, based on peer audits. There you go. And the active participation of stakeholders. Yeah. So currently there are 241 participatory guarantee systems initiatives. 127 of them are fully operational, and 115 of them are. Oh, okay. So the initiatives collectively involve 310,000 farmers. Wow. Of whom approximately 77,000 have been certified as organic producers. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of organic producers in Fiji. My goodness.
How many?
77,000?
Sheesh.
Man, I gotta get on this, right?
Mm.
So, do I know any of the people in this picture? Man, some big dudes in government, huh? Like just not missing any meals. Oh yeah, I know them. Who's this? The Canadian lady. The Canadian lady from Bua and her husband.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, I forget their names now.
Canadian lady.
Yeah, they're like they're
husband.
big in the bee farming, in like honey and stuff. She has one arm.
In Bua?
Yeah.
Where about in Bua?
Is it Karen? I think it's Karen.
Karen?
Karen and yeah. Anyways, they're in that picture. I thought that they'd be in that picture.
Let me see.
These two.
Where? Oh, okay.
You know them?
I've seen them.
They're on we follow them on Instagram.
Oh.
Have you used GIS mapping to draw boundaries around what is grown within your village boundary in terms of what is grown where on the property and planning purposes? No, I have not. Fewy. No. What would be the purpose of doing that? I don't know. Using GIS mapping to draw the boundaries and what is grown within our village. I've mapped out all of my leases just with using very rudimentary techniques, like by walking it and then like dropping like markers as I go along, and then bringing those markers back to like Google Earth and like drawing the boundaries. But it looks pretty cool. Watching from Sydney on a public holiday. Oh, the Queen's birthday. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for joining. So yeah, the organic stuff is really, I think it's essential. The reason that I think it's really, really key is because we have such a small nation, and like one guy spraying and upstream, that gets into the water table. You add that, everybody sprays, right? Everybody uses Rambo. Like I don't have any of it, but the green bottle with the red lid.
Yeah.
The glyphosate, because Paraquat was made illegal, I think, because of people were drinking it and committing suicide. So, yeah, I mean, there's like, I think because we have such a small nation, like all that stuff going out down the streams, then like affecting the reefs that are close to the, close to land, because lots of people, they don't go far out. Like we don't have a lot of deep sea, like far out past the reef kind of fishermen. So I think all of this spraying really does affect the reefs. And like I've been to places where like I used to dive the reefs like close by, like just like swim from the shore.
Right.
And now you go there's nothing left,
Right.
And I don't know if that's a result. I mean, I don't know if that's a result of like what we're doing, but it's not good, that's for sure. And I think it must be somewhat related to this. So I think like it's kind of like a never-ending circle when you use chemicals and stuff like that. You're you're putting stuff into the soil, and then you kill off all the organic material in the soil, then you have to like build it back up again with like a fertilizer, like an NPK, and then because you do that, then all the weeds grow again, and then you spray it again. It's just like this never-ending cycle. But I'm excited to say that we actually just today confirmed like an agreement with who's this? Pacific Grow or Organic Plus, not Pacific Grow. Sorry, I got two things in my mind. Organic Plus, organic fertilizer. So we're going to be using that on our farm, and so we've agreed on a partnership with them, and so we'll be using their products. We'll be telling you guys more about their products and stuff like that. Because we've worked together a little bit in the past, and so I'm excited to bring that to everybody. I'll just see if I can find something here on my computer. Organic Plus. So we're going to be using this on the office actually. So I do GIS mapping at work. It's mostly handy for urban areas where you can map property lines and underground utilities. Oh, okay. Neat. Oh, that's Norm Lee. So somebody else was commenting about GIS, and then Norm Lee actually does GIS mapping at work. It's handy for urban areas. Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be hard to, I don't even know who does GIS mapping here. I don't really think we need it right now.
Oh,
Sugarcane.
that's
Growing here.
one of the that's one of the things that I always want to do.
What?
GIS mapping.
What does this even stand for? Geographical IS?
Because there's not a lot of people. I've done some of my research on it.
Yeah.
There's huge money in it,
Oh, really?
bro.
Oh.
Huge money in it, but there's not a lot of people. I think I've never met anybody who does it in Fiji.
Oh.
I
So
think
where's
the
Norm
government
Lee?
does it.
Do you know where Norm Lee lives?
Normally, oh hey, no, I think normally lives in overseas, but
Oh, okay. So with Organic Plus that we've just signed an agreement with or come into an agreement with. So basically, they were not actually into like the organic space. That wasn't like their focus. They're engineers. They're an engineering company, and so during lockdown, they were kind of like they were tasked they were asked by like a local distillery. So that uses fruits and I don't know vegetables. Yeah, but yeah, fruits and vegetables to make like rum and all of this kind of stuff. They had all this like waste that they couldn't do anything with, and so I know in like countries like overseas, you have to treat waste so that it doesn't affect like the water system, and so you can't just like get rid of waste anyhow. Like even car washes. Car washes can't just drain like in Canada. You can't just drain your car wash water in a drain.
no.
It has to be all collected, and you have to have a full filtration system so that what
Wow.
comes out of your car wash is basically like fully drinkable water again. So and then that filtration system is then harvested and disposed of. So like
Interesting.
So to my understanding, like this distillery in Fiji needed a solution, and then they found out that they actually used a company from Lethbridge, Canada, which is close to where we live, where I grew up in Canada, who had a technology where they could like use the waste from the organic material, and so it's crazy. This stuff works so good, and it's like one 5 liter. What is it? I think it's a 20 liter. More to come on that, but we're excited to work with Organic Plus Fiji, talking about organic stuff. Normally, geographical information system. I should have known that. Oh, he's in Vancouver, Canada. He's born in Singatoka and he's schooled in Suva. Interesting. So the purpose, so this comes from the person who asked, the purpose of GIS mapping is digital aerial views of what is on the property and planning for future plans of how you want to use your land with digital interactive mapping system. Okay, so could GIS mapping be done with like a drone, a special drone? Or even just like, could you use a drone and stitch together stitch together pictures?
Yeah, I've seen like
Like, is it topographical? Is GIS mapping show like, oh, okay. So maybe
The
you can
latest
do
one's
it.
like Mavic 3 Cine. You can use Inspire.
Oh, okay.
I've seen one did it with a DJI Phantom,
Oh, okay.
Phantom 4 Pro,
Maybe we should do GS mapping, like as a
for
business.
TLTV.
Hmm. Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is? I don't. I mean, I'm open to it. If nobody does it, then let's do it. So you have like two things I always say, like in business, like in Fiji's like a very. I mean, people who have been here a long time don't feel like it's blue sea, but I feel like Fiji's very blue sea, and I always talk about it. Like you have like Red Sea and blue sea, and so Red Sea. I mean, have I even talked about it on a live before? Maybe even like Red Sea opportunities are like or Red Sea business ideas are like something where you have a lot of competition. It's like sharks in the water; they bloodied up the water, and so there's lots of it. There's lots of people who want or who use the product, but there's a lot of people who provide the product or service that you're going to be offering. And blue sea is like where you come into like a market and there's no competition. So it's like big wide open ocean and like you're the only one. And so but the hard part then is like finding the fish, right? And so it's nice to have no competition, but then you gotta market properly, right?
Yeah.
So one is not worse than the other, it just depends on what your strengths are and what your offerings are. So Norma's like all GIS Sanganga for free room and board. Let's go. Google Maps. Air photo is already done. Oh, okay. So yeah, because you can go into like three, like you can if you hold control in Google Maps. I don't know if it's Google Maps or Google Earth. If you hold control and then move and click and drag your mouse, it'll instead of just like moving it like this way, it'll actually like angle you down, and you can see like all the topography and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, it like goes.
yeah.
You just need to program it, and it'll do it for you.
Indigenous landowners have called on the Great Council of Chiefs to urgently look into laws surrounding the sharing of mineral resource royalties. Let's listen to this.
Currently, we have indigenous land and fisheries that are owned by the government. So we want them to be returned to us. And if we could be the only rightful owner and not the government, I believe that way will assist us in generating income for our Yabusa or Matangali.
This is one of the Osea Vutikalulu of Navedo Watu Talib has made his submission to the GCC review committee. So he's the one who raised it to the GCC, and so he's saying that it's unfortunate that only 6 feet below the land surface belong to the landowners, while beneath that belongs to the state. So we get from top down to 6 feet. Anything below 6 feet belongs to the government. I think that's
Right
how
now.
it works. Yeah,
Yeah.
right now. Currently, under the Fair Share Mineral Royalties Bill 2018, resource owners get 80%, while the government gets 20% of mineral royalties. Man, I can't really even speak to this because this is just a weird one. Like it's weird. I don't know. It's weird that like if I want to dig like a septic system, I better not go down lower than like 6 feet. Otherwise, I could be in trouble. I mean, really, right? It's like I don't know.
But think about like all the minerals underneath that, and like if there's like bauxite underneath that, and that's the government, and you don't get a share of it.
Yeah. So
Like what are they basically saying? Are they trying to get that back? Is that
yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's like, why would you, as a Matangali or Yavusa, give Ndombula JT Fesin, Mulunaka? Thank you guys for joining. So, like, I mean, why would you, as a Yavusa or Matangali, give like a mining company or like a mineral resource company access to your land, or like give them a lease when like you would only get like a share of the top 6 feet, right? Like below that, it belongs to the government. So then that anything below 6 feet would be between that company and the government, right? Like you don't technically have a right to any of it. Just like no, I'd rather not, you know. So I mean, like I wouldn't.
Mm.
I mean, why would you? I mean, like 6 feet, that's nothing.
Does that count as like in the sea, deep sea too?
Yeah, I wonder actually because they're talking about this like fisheries and land. So that's a good question.
Mm.
That's a weird one though, hey? What do you guys think about that? Like, that's weird. That's weird. Like you get only down 6 feet. I know you guys own a lot of garbage. All my only thing below 6 feet here is my garbage pits. You guys could have that. It's funny. If you're gonna come take care of all that, that'd be fine. A conveyor belt and electrical wires at Fiji FSC's Raiwai mill in Ba has been damaged due to fire. Still not known what caused the fire. I don't know, probably just normal stuff.
It's really old. These mills are really, really old.
They're old, hey?
Mm.
I would love to go into the mill and do some filming, like to show people what happens. Not like expose anything. Just like I feel like, yeah. I mean, everybody's not on the same page as us, though. Like they're not. Not everybody wants to do like full transparency stuff, right?
Mm.
They wouldn't. They probably don't allow filming in the mill, right?
Yeah, because one, it's old. Yeah, there's a lot of OHS
Rules being broken.
rules being broken. A lot. A lot.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dad?
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
say more.
No, yeah.
I would know because I've
You
I've
worked
worked
there,
for
yeah.
FSC
Yeah.
and I've seen it, and yeah, all I have to say is it's really old and it needs a whole like new factory by
Oh, yeah.
itself and just demolish that one and rebuild a new one.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you there's technology also. I bet you there's ways to process that's so much more efficient. Or probably gets like way more sugar out of the. So and in a faster way.
Yeah.
Like I mean, how old are these mills? How?
It's,
Let's look this up. What's the biggest sugar mill? Look, right?
yeah.
So that mill was opened in 1903. So 120 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
Mm.
Might be time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
They're running on like Windows 98 over there. Windows 1903. Was there a sugar mill in Levuka? I just found.
I think there was.
I thought there was.
But did you know the first sugar mill was in Tavuni?
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the first sugar mill was in Taviuni, right? Yeah, which is crazy, and I don't think most people know that.
That's the first one ever. I didn't even know until like when I went to work there, like in 2021.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, and then like there's a part of our like activity is like going to this site.
Oh,
So and one of the activities like going to that old sugar mill.
Crazy.
And it still has this like old foundations, like this big chimney block.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it still
Oh,
has
cool.
It. It still
That's
ha-
cool.
Yeah, till today.
Neat.
I didn't even know about it.
I didn't know that until I remember you mentioned that a couple days ago, or like a couple weeks ago. We were talking about that in Taviuni. Hey, what's up, Sinamili? Thanks for joining. Is the farming business going well back in Fiji? As I want to start my own back in Fiji, from JT Fenzin. Should I talk about
What?
Artau? Well, okay, yeah,
why not?
yeah.
Why not?
So,
Why not?
so the farming business is, honestly, up to this point, it hasn't gone very well. Just to be honest with everybody, it's hard. It's hard to find the. I mean, if I came with like a lot of capital, like we could scale and maintain. Like I always say, like there's many different facets to farming, right? There's the planting, then there's the maintenance, there's the harvest, and then you got to get the stuff to market. So there's 4 legs to the stool in this one, and so it's not easy to do all 4. And there are some people who have done it. Nobody's like laid a blueprint for anybody to be able to like do it, you know. And so that's what I'm trying to unlock, because I could do this by myself, but I wouldn't have time for like the content creation, for the brand development that we're doing. And so, you know, we came right after we came, shortly after we came, we were affected by a cyclone, and so that really a lot of our sandalwood that we were working on. And so that was a bit discouraging. We planted a bunch of dallow. That was hard to keep up with, the maintenance of that as well. And like, you know, for instance, I've got like not even much, like half an acre, maybe half an acre of cassava that I've needed harvested for like, you know, since like early this year. And
Yep.
you know, there's different people like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna harvest it, and then still to this day, it's, you know, still there. You know, I'll organize groups to come, and so, it's hard. It's really really hard, I think, in a Fijian community. Now this is being like really really transparent with everybody. Like, I've I've come to Fiji, and like I've spent like a lot of our savings. Oh yeah, I've spent all our savings, you know, like on the tractor and stuff like that. And like all of this stuff is like split up between my parents and I, who are, you know, half and half business owners with us. And so, and then in COVID, like lots of the money we were supposed to be making went back to keeping our business in Canada open, right? That was all the money we were supposed to be like keeping here to like expand the farm. We're mainly focused on agriculture. And so, yeah, that was tough because we weren't able to like make the mark or make as much money as we needed to, or as much money as we thought we were going to be able to make. And so we really had to like take a look and be like, okay, we need a way to generate income faster, than farming. And so that's why, you know, we're doing some other business things right now, you know, and establishing our brand so that, you know, people trust us enough, so that, because like even if we do plant, you know, just taking the stuff to the market, like it doesn't, you can go to the market and like the price, like I had this happen a couple weeks ago with turmeric. Sorry, not a couple weeks, just a couple months ago. You know, we went, it was like, oh yeah, 60 cents, or it was supposed to be $2 a kg, I think, dried. And so, and that was, I sent one of my uncles a couple days ahead, and then they took it like a couple days later once we'd packed, because we just wanted to like scope it out before, and then it was like, I think we got like 60 cents a kg.
Dude.
It was like nothing. It was like, it wasn't even
So they
like,
said it was $2 kg, and then
yeah, I think I might be off on those numbers, but whatever it was less than half of what it was the 2 days before.
what did you think that happened?
You know, like you go to the market, then the middleman check it. Oh, boo! No, it's very dirty. Like they like sift it through their hands, and lots of this. Oh no, we have to take it home again. We have to clean it. We have to dry it. We have to pound it, and like it's like, you know, you
Just
get all
the
these.
top of their head.
Yeah.
Cent a kg.
Yeah. So then they just like drop the price,
Dude.
and it was like, actually, I think it was. Yeah, I won't even give a number, but anyways, it was just, you know, you have these things happen all the time, right? You know, with yam, with dalo, with cassava. So there's a lot of different struggles. So the reason that, like, what I'm trying to do now is to partner with people like Matthew, you know, with the office boy stuff, and see if we can do like a 50-50 partnership where, you know, I have the tractor, and yeah? No, not right now, buddy. Keep playing, okay? The weather's nice out. Okay, let's take a break. And so, yeah. So where was I?
Matthew.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works. We're excited about what we're doing at Office Boy. We're excited to have partners like Hamza with A. Hussein, and now with Robert at Organic Plus. You can also actually get the Organic Plus stuff at A. Hussein. So we're not supplying it. We're just going to be helping them promote their products. And so yeah, like we need to get into the business where we go from the ground right to export, basically. And somebody's saying that here. Actually, I never had a kava business. We tested a couple things out with kava, like we bought and sold. And again, we dealt with some people who, you know, like I bought like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of Yanguana, and then we took it to the person who was supposed to be buying it, and they're like, oh no, like we don't want Luena. like we only want casa, and I'm like, well, you never told me that before we started this deal, you know. And so it's like literally like 80% of the weight in Yangona is the casa, right? And so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, it was like a loss. It was a big waste of time. It was is what it was. And so, yeah, you have like people saying one thing, then you go and take your product to the market, and it's something else totally, you know. So with that being said, we're trying to take a different approach with the farm. We're in the middle of preparing our pastures right now. We're gonna be setting up the fences and stuff like that. What's wrong, guys? Going live. Okay, Licky, give it to him. He brought it out. Give it to him. You know, big brother making the small brother do the work. You want to charge this?
Oh.
Holy smokes, is it in?
Okay, hold this.
Holding this. My phone is on the way out.
Charge?
Yeah, it's going. Yeah, it's charging. Actually, it's not charging. Or maybe that's the wrong side.
What?
Oh, whatever. It's all good. All good. All good.
Is it?
Huh?
Charge?
No, it's not charging right now. 10%.
Okay, hold this. Hold this again.
So, yes, with that being said, hey, look at me on Facebook, everybody. We are going to be doing a bit of a different approach to the whole agriculture thing. And so, you guys know, don't worry, I think we'll be fine. We'll still make it. Do you guys know that Koroi guy that we've been talking about? You know, he's sometimes here on our lives with us. He's not here today. He's actually out ripping some wood because Office Boy's trying to build his house. You guys have seen him on some of the videos, and so it'd be nice if the two boys had a babysitter. Yeah, well, usually Steph is here, but she's out. She's occupied this evening, so she can. Usually we're both here though. So, what do you guys think? I've offered Kroy a job, so
Man.
well, I think he should take it. What do you think? Is it a good offer?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is it fair?
Yeah. Yeah. At least I have like a buddy here with me. Because
I'm your buddy.
You know what I mean. We're like somebody to hang out with.
Oh, you guys better.
Cause I'll be
Come on.
like, shit, I'll be just alone in my room. Like, where's this guy at? I wanna check in on him. Like, hey, Corey, you wanna come drink grog or hang out?
Yeah, he's gonna be Kanye soon.
But yeah, I'm excited.
Huh?
Man. I'm excited. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I think.
I hope he takes it.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, what do you think? Yeah, you should take it, man. You know,
yeah,
he'll be out in Canada next month, and you know, at least you got something going
Yeah.
on here, and I'll be here with you, just hanging out and checking.
So I
in.
think you guys gotta comment. You guys gotta drop a comment. You guys, and then we'll tell Kroy to go check the comments. I think should Kroy come and work with us here on the Waka farm with us.
So what was his
Waka
role
family.
though? It was like looking after. The
Yeah, so
farm.
his role would be like farm manager. So we need to restart our livestock operation. You guys have been along for that saga with them being released and then chasing them around the jungle. And now that I don't even know where they are. I haven't seen them. Been up there a few times. And
Well,
they're-
like a pine cutter.
yeah, I mean, like they might be gone now, right?
Mm.
People might just have taken them by now. And so, yeah, so we got to restart that. We got to look after the grog farm and the sandalwood and the dalo farm and the cassava stuff like that, the bananas and stuff like that. So I thought he was already working with you guys. No, he was not. Actually, I hired him to rip some wood because he's got I think a year of training with Fiji pine.
Yeah.
With like on the tools, like doing chainsaw work, like safety and stuff like that. And so he's really good with the chainsaw. Yeah, JT Fencing, really appreciate what you guys have shared. Yeah, I mean, let me like, dude, like I want to keep doing this because let me make the mistakes. Like I've paid a lot of dummy tax so far, And like my intention is not to like do all this and then hide it all from everybody. Like if anything, like what I would like to do is for other people to like set up farms and then create like a really like straightforward way to market. So because like right now like we're building our brand, the Waka brand, and it's starting like it's recognized by a lot of Pacific Islanders around the world. And so if like picture this, like if you have a Dalo farm and I buy your, you know, you just focus on your farm, right? You plant the Dalo, you wash it, you peel it, or you give it to me and I wash it and peel it. I package it in Waka, you know, branded packaging, and then we ship that around the world, or at least, you know, even if it's just to the West Coast, and then that gets shipped, you know, across to different Fiji stores across the United States. Like that's a huge market in itself. So I could be, you know, just we could just be working alongside each other, and so everybody, so that like not everybody has to do everything, and also so that like everybody knows that we buy, you know. And so yeah, that's what I'm working towards, so that like I can be a middleman that everybody knows about, I guess, and that we could like purchase from people, and like that the price would be very clear, and we could actually like utilize like modern day technology, like have an app, and like you could enter into the app like how much you're going to be bringing on what day, you know, and stuff like that. And so yeah, we'll be doing stuff like that, and so that you guys don't have to do everything. And yeah, I hope that I really really hope that this thing with Office Boy works out, so that we can gauge to see like what these partnerships are like, doing, because there's so much unused land, and like if we can come up with like a profitable way to like, you know, I do the land development, other people do the, you know, the planting and the maintenance and the harvest, and then we split the profits, then I think that would be really cool. Is it possible to meet up with you and talk about some business? Yeah, man, just shoot me an email at advice@wakafarms.com. Not because you need advice, but that's the email that I have set up right now. So advice@wakafarms. That's farms. Oh yeah, that's what I was getting to. So yeah, this is what my mind was like struggling for a bit. Is because so working, and this I need to be careful about how I word this too. Working with Matthew, well, Office Boy, will allow me to kind of like shield myself behind him. So you know, I come to Fiji, like this is my Matangali, this is, you know, my home. I'm, you know, whatever. Like I'm from here, right? My father is from here, but you know, I don't speak Fijian. Well, I can speak it, but you know, like not like
Fluent.
yeah, like fluently. And I look, you know, look different, and so there's a lot of presuppositions about me, and I'm fine with that. Like I know who I am, right? But people look at me and they just think that I have money, right? And so when I come up with the same job offers for people, like Kroy is a different job offer. That's one that like I haven't like given to like a farm, you know, a person on our farm ever. And because you know, I've also, you know, I discussed it with my parents. It's like, you know, at the time for like, you know, these like kind of like low farm wages is like that's over. That's finished. Like it needs to be like a real job.
Yeah.
Now, like one that like somebody could like, you know, start a family with. You know, because like I think in the past people were like, you know, we'll just give them like $20 a day, and that's really normal around here. And you give them grog, you give them suki, you give them lunch, and you know, like, and that's like everybody's happy, right?
Yeah.
Or even more normal is just like contract work, right? Here, $200 for this is the job, you know. Also, I'll give the lunch set. And so when I give the same offers as other people, people don't want to do it because they just think they're like, oh, you should pay more money because you have money, right? And like, I think I catch myself sometimes being like, oh, I don't have any money, because sometimes we like run really really tight. That's the nature of business. That's the nature of being like a young business person, is that like you run really really tight. You risk big, you win big, but sometimes you're going to lose big, right? So if you don't risk it big, then you're never going to win big. And so sometimes we run it really really close, and sometimes we run in the negative. So my level of like no money is not other people's level of no money, because like we have the tractor, we have the vehicle, we have employees, like when ovens break down at the pizza shop, like I gotta buy a new oven, right? If I don't have the money, then I have to go into my credit line, right? So like no money is a bit different, but like I need to still have access to like thousands of dollars at any given time. And so when what I'm trying to get at here is that like when I do jobs, or when I hire people to do jobs and offer the same amount as like some of my other uncles in the village, it's like, no, you should pay more just because you have more money. So what working with Office Boy hopefully will do is allow me to kind of like shield myself behind, you know, him, and still be involved in the farm work, but allow him to take care of the labor part, because people don't make the same assumptions about him as they make about me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, like it's like, say like I had some guys working on the Dallo farm, and we were paying them, the same wage as some of my other uncles pay, but the job lasted like it was like a 2 week job or something like that, just to clean the Dallo farm. And they're like, well, when we do it for your uncle, like he gives us like grog, at the end, yangona, like every night, and suki, and it's like, yeah, but his job lasts 2 days,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And like this job's gonna last 2 weeks, so you can have like a 2 week job and have grog and suki for 48 hours, or you can have like this job for 2 weeks and you get like 5 times as much pay. Does that make sense to everybody? So like, I mean, I'm not trying to be cheap, but I mean, also like, I don't want to just like pay more just because like I look different or sound different. And so, like, Roy is literally like the first person that I have felt like comfortable. Like, there's people that like are very intuitive in there's certain areas. Like I was actually saying, I didn't tell you about this. I was saying to my mom and dad, like Tui is like super intuitive, like with the tech stuff. Like if I like suggest, you're just like something, you're just like on. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, set. And with Koroi, it's like the same thing, but on like the like hands-on side of it, or like it's just say like when you're like measuring something, you put the measuring tape out and somebody just knows like where to hold it.
Yep.
Or like when you're like adjusting something, they just know like the tool that you need, or like, oh, let's try it this way. And so like definitely like he's responsible, or he just shows me all the characteristics of somebody that I would like to surround, have be like kind of like a core person in the business, I guess. Yeah. He's somebody that I could trust, like, with our machinery and stuff like that. So Koroi should take the job.